I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop. Anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
Just talk.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you guys. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved. Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No.
Can you get someone over here now to 325 Gretna Green? He's back. Please.
Well, okay, what does he look like?
He's O.J. Simpson. I think you know his record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove up.
Over?
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he...
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you?
You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to come in again.
Okay, just stay on the line.
I don't want to stay on the line. He's going to beat the shit out of me.
Wait a minute. Just stay on the line so we can know what's going on until the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Just a moment. Does he have any weapons?
I don't know.
Okay.
He went home, now he's back. My kids are upstairs sleeping, and I don't want anything to happen.
Okay. Has he hit you today, or no?
No.
Okay, you don't need any paramedics or anything? Okay, you just want him to leave.
My door. He broke the whole back door.
He left and he came back?
And he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there.
Okay.
And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it.
The dispatch.
What?
What does he say?
What else?
Calling units for domestic violence at 30 Correction 325 South Gretna Greenway is too high. The suspect is now entered in the shelter and it is refusing to leave. It's code too high. It's been 4221 RD 825. Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did?
A long time ago, it always comes back.
Okay.
The record. Could you just send somebody over here?
Okay, what is he doing there?
He just drove up again.
He just drove up.
Over.
Okay, wait a minute. What kind of car is he in?
He's in a white Bronco, but first of all, he broke the back door down to get in.
Okay, wait a minute. What's your name?
Nicole Simpson.
Okay, is he the sportscaster or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Wait a minute. We're sending the police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or? The police. What is he doing? Is he threatening you?
I'm going nuts.
Okay, has he threatened you in any way, or is he just harassing you?
You're going to hear him in a minute. He's about to come in again.
Okay, just stay on the line.
I don't want to stay on the line. He's going to beat the shit.
Wait a minute, just stay on the line so we can know what's going on until the police get there, okay? Okay, Nicole?
Uh-huh.
Just a moment. Does he have any weapons?
I don't know.
Okay.
He went home and now he's... We're in.
And then he left and he came back?
Then he came and he practically knocked my upstairs door down, but he pounded it, and then he screamed and hollered, and I tried to get him out of the bedroom because the kids were sleeping in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he wanted somebody's phone number, and I gave him my phone book and put my phone book down to write down the phone number that he wanted, and then he took my phone book with all my stuff in it.
The dispatch.
What?
What does he say?
What else?
Units for domestic violence at 30 Correction 325 South Griffin Greenway is too high. The suspect is now entered in the jail. Vicinity is confusing the lane. It's code too high. It's been 4221 RD 825. Children involved. Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did?
Oh, a long time ago, it always comes back.
Too high. The suspect is now entered in the jail. Vicinity is confusing the lane. It's code too high. It's been 4221 RD 825. Children involved. Just stay on the line, okay? Is he upset with something that you did?
Oh, a long time ago, it always comes back.
So, again today, it's the 17th of May, 2023, all day long. Please take her car away from her. Please take her car away from her. What are we going to do if she rents a car? Please take her car away from her. Then she'll lie for me. Then she'll tell everybody my lie. Put her back in jail. Sit her down. Make her sign my lie affidavit. And then we'll sell her to we can deliver to the guy we sold her to in Houston, the realtor who can't get a date the normal way, even with all that money. And then we'll kill her. Because we don't want her popping back up again to say we forced and coerced and threatened and harassed her until she finally lied for us. And the more Mr. Perry chases that lie, the more truth we get. And we hear them saying it. We heard him talk about taking my car all fucking day. What are we going to do if she rents a car? It's not legal. The last highlighted sentence in this from August 2019. It's not legit. But I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. It isn't legal. I know it's a crime. I know what I'm doing is wrong. I know what I'm doing is illegal. I'm going to do it anyway. And he gets caught. We heard this before he started going at my car. Is he a threat to my safety and well-being, maybe? Police from somewhere else are helping me. So, on the guy, this guy... Did you get my license plate, Mr. Perry? I pull up to Outback, and the fucking never happened before in my life. I'm doing DoorDash. They use DoorDash. They hack it. They use it to make sure I don't make any money. People are starting to notice, Mr. Perry. I have a friend that DoorDashes. He makes pretty good money. Why is it she? People know you're lying already. The more you chase the lie, the more you do it to me. You get caught, you get told on and caught and told on and caught. And you're spending a lot of money to get us information and intel. Nobody else has it. So I pull up and I pick up an order from Outback on 71st. And the bitch walks back and gets my license plate number. Did you ask her to do that? Because you hacked me, right? It's illegally obtained. You hacked me. You had one of your buddies order from Outback and told her to do that? Okay, so this guy was following me all over the place. Here's him at my apartment. He followed me back and forth from there to Quick Trip one night. This is at 81st and Memorial. That's my apartment. 81st and Memorial. That's the same date. That's not a different event. This was after I picked up a DoorDash order at Whataburger on 41st. I was getting gas while DoorDashing. Here I was at home. Okay, so why is this guy always popping up where I am, huh? Stalking is a felony crime. Hacking and cloning a phone is a felony crime, Charles Perry. Hacking my DoorDash app, dude, you are fucking caught. You're way past that. You, Calvin, Lucius, and David. You're way past caught hacking my DoorDash app and using that to get my license plate or a picture of me because you're a stalker. You come to Oklahoma. Guess what? The big conversation right now is, why is he always in Oklahoma? She keeps saying I moved to Dallas, to Denton, to get away from that bitch Charles Perry. Would not leave me alone. That weirdo is a weirdo. Yeah, you're weird. Never seen anybody as weird as you. Not even in Las Vegas. Pulling up behind my house, watching me in my backyard, showing up at restaurants where I am, or he thinks I'm going to be, or usually would be, that he shouldn't even know about. And, because you hacked my phone. And you got peeper cameras, because if my phone's at home, I forgot my phone one night. He should think I'm at home. But he has little voyeur cameras. The guy's a little sicko peeping Tom. A little pervert. A little sex offender. Mark, when you go around telling everybody she can't just use allegedly, if I know you said that, surely you know that's the least of your worries. She can't just say use allegedly. If I know you're going around saying that, Mark, then you should understand how I use the word allegedly and when I use it is the absolute least of your worries, sir. So, this guy's coming around wherever I am. These guys are using DoorDash to get me, get pictures of me where I live in Oklahoma. The big conversation is she keeps saying I came to Oklahoma to get away from Charles Perry and be with my family. If my family lived in Idaho, I'd be in Idaho. If my family lived in California, I'd be in California. I came to be with my family and get away from you. You came up here, caused a problem between my family and I. What you do is you gather everybody in a room and you sit them down and you horrify them with what you're going to do to me next. You trafficked me. We know that. You're caught. Write this down, bitch. Alzheimer's. You are caught trafficking me. Trafficking is a serious crime. You know that. Or you wouldn't be demanding I lie. You know it's a crime. It comes with a life sentence. You are caught. You've been caught. You're waiting to deliver because you took half the money up front. We've known that since August of last year. You took half the money up front. You took my social security card, my birth certificate. You've been trying to get my driver's license. Take my car, make me broke so I'm easier to traffic. I won't say no. You got nothing. But now, so you can either go be trafficked, sign the affidavit lie, or live out on the streets and eat out of a dumpster, right, David? How many times have you been recorded saying that? You. If I know that, you really think how I use allegedly is what your concern should be right now? You gather everybody up in a room, people I work with, my family, and my friends, and here's the horrible thing we're going to do to her. You're going to help. And then y'all run around when I find out, screaming and yelling at everybody, who's the leak? Did you leak? Did you say? How'd she find out about that? How'd she know? Who'd you talk to? Did you say something? Right? If I know that, do you really think your biggest concern is whether or not I say use allegedly like you think I should? Yeah, I don't think it is. Nobody thinks that. Stupid might think that, but y'all are stupid, so I don't know. So I get pulled over by the tribal cops. I asked the tribal cop, can you tell me, look at this guy. I'm showing him all of these pictures here. Look at this guy's everywhere I fucking go. So it looks like this is like a retired cop car. But here's the thing. It still says police on the back. See? He says, yeah. I said, can you tell me, is he a cop or not? And he goes and he runs the plate and comes back to me and he says, I can't tell you any information on this man, like any personal information about him, name, address, nothing. But I can tell you he is not law enforcement. Well, why does he have that police on the back of his car like that? You know, I haven't seen this guy since that officer did that for me. So, I understand that Governor Stitt, when he heard about that, about wet himself. The tribes, it was tribal. It wasn't Tulsa police that helped me. This guy, I've not seen him again since the officer ran that plate and told me he's not a cop and shouldn't be driving in that car, making people think he is. Look at the weird lights he's got in the back. And he shouldn't be following me around everywhere I go. So is this your bitch, Charles? One of your bitches? Huh? Yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna, now I get now Mr. Perry's on. Is it the tribal police helping you? Who's helping you? Who's telling on me? Who's helping you? I would never tell you that. It's a need to know for a fucking reason. Creepy Chucky. Also, all the recordings of you guys that I hear, 12 reporters hear too. A lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So when people get phone calls, she's claiming XYZ, is that true or not? And you deny it, chances are there that the reporter that's asking you that already heard you talking about it and knows I'm not just claiming it. They heard you too. They heard the same fucking conversation I heard. 3 of those reporters are not in the United States of America. Okay? So when you lie, keep that in mind, that you might be lying to someone who just heard the same recording I did. Okay? Reporter-wise. Okay, so the guy says, all I've heard for the last 2 weeks is if she went to Oklahoma and she went there to get away from Charles Perry and be with her family, question number 1 is, what in the fuck is he doing in Oklahoma? Number 2 is, why is he keeping her from her family? That's why she's there, to be with her family. What problems did he make there that wouldn't be there otherwise? And why is he bullying her out of work and then hacking her DoorDash? And, what is this? Does he not have a life? Does he not have something better to do than that? No, he doesn't. He's a lame, pathetic, boring nothing. It just really wishes he mattered. And he doesn't. He just doesn't matter. Listen, the bottom line is, it's not about that. They sold me. They've been sold to a realtor in Houston. I'm going to say this again. You're caught. You've sold me to a realtor in Houston. You took half the money up front. You can't get the other half till you deliver. Everything you guys do all damn day is to try to make that happen. Everything you fucked with my family about is to make that happen. You've lied to them and lied to them and lied to them and made them think this is about something else. Family, there's not a romance there. There's not one even for Charles. There's nothing there at all. It's a sale of a person. I might as well be a piece of furniture. They want the other half of the money. Then they want me to lie for them. They have an affidavit Charles wrote. It's a lie. They want me to sign it. I'm not supposed to know there is an affidavit. But there's cops from somewhere else helping me. Okay? It's a need to know. You don't get to know who they are. You've talked to them. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. Here's the funny thing. You hired a guy to try to figure out what all's going on here. I'm going to repeat verbatim what that guy said. Was it Betancourt? There's some dude named Betancourt involved in all this. So, we're getting your names. Calvin, Lucius, Geppetto, Sonjay, Betancourt. Who's Monique, Charles, and where is she right now? Beverly, Kate, Lawrence, Andrew, Ruben, James, Richard, Dickie, those, Blankenship, Desiree, those are your people. They work for you. They struggle and wane day after day after day, trying to help you traffic me and coerce and force me to do something and say something against my will. I have heard you guys talk so many times about getting me a bus pass. Take her car, get a bus pass, make sure she can't go back to New Mexico or Las Vegas. Stop that. It's not up to you where I live. If I know you said that, You should understand, it isn't up to you where I live. Today, all day long, we got to take that car. What are we going to do if she rents a car? What are we going to do if she rents a car? Let me tell you something, you jackass Charles, with your check CJ, I win, check CJ, I win, check CJ, I win, check CJ. I wouldn't take your car. I'm going to take your car. Oh my God. Who's telling on me? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your kids? Is it Tulsa police? Is it the tribals? Who is it? Who's telling on me? All fucking day long. He never shuts up. So, the more he chases that lie and the cover up, the more we get. How much money did you pay to buy us intel? And then I know you said all that. I guess today they wanted me to take an order at Target and go in and while I'm shopping take my car. But the thing that changed their mind is we got this before they did it, before I got to Target. And then I took my purse in and some guy goes, why didn't they get her car at Target like they planned? She took her purse in and they want the purse. If I'm going to be anywhere for an extended period of time, I got my purse with me. If I'm going to take some food from the curb to the front door, only then would I leave my purse with me, and only if there's nobody else around. If there's other people around that I'm worried might get in my car while I'm even just doing that, I'm very careful because I know what you guys are trying to do. I'm told before you do it, not after. You spend a lot of money getting me intel. Don't you? How many millions of dollars have bought us this? All this. Your conversation all fucking day. They were going to get her car, but she found out before, and she took her purse in with her. They wanted that purse. Okay, how do I know you said that? How did you know I took my purse in with me? Stalking's a felony. Voyeurism is a felony. Hacking and cloning somebody's phone and computer, felony, 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 felony. Trafficking a human, life sentence for all of you. Coercion. What's the sentencing for coercion? Each time you try something like that, to force me against my will. Everybody knows after I sign that affidavit, I'm dead. You're not going to take any chances at all that I would pop up and say they made me sign that. That's not my words, that's his words. I'm saying it now. I wasn't supposed to know there was an affidavit, Calvin. Every time you send me an upside down order and you make me sit and wait hours and I don't get anything at all, we get more intel, Calvin. Thank you. Thank you. Every day I'm broke. Every day Mike's in jail. Every day I don't have my privacy or my family or my friends or Fabian and Tristan like we told you to do. Every day you're in my life, we get more and more and more. And you chase that lie and we get more truth and more truth and more truth. Before you do it, not after. Just like my false arrest. He wants me false arrested to convince me that he's not doing. He wants me to lie. That's what that whole McNamara email of 2015 I just showed a minute ago. That's what the whole thing says. He's going to false arrest me to intimidate and coerce me to lie. And exact second I get to jail, they just want you to let them save face. Yep, I don't think so. Tell them I said, fuck you. I lost my house, my mugshots everywhere. I moved twice. This is my second move to starting all over again. Completely changed careers to get away from that bitch and have no further contact and no conflict. And all he had to do is leave me the fuck alone. He has no control over himself. No grasp on reality. He's got Huntington's disease. You know how we know? Every time Calvin makes sure I have to sit for hours and I don't get an order, and then I get an upside down order, and then the bitch looks at my license plate when I go pick up the food, and then I get my picture taken when I drop it off on the camera doorbell thingy. We find out, about affidavits and Huntington's disease that causes paranoia, delusion, psychosis, hallucinations, and impaired cognitive reasoning. Calvin, who's bald and fat. Is that that's what your money bought. I wake up first thing this morning and Perry types in my phone, "We own you." I'm like, wow. Here's the thing. I don't think you do. Because it looks to me like you've spent millions of dollars for a cover-up you never got. We've got information and intel nobody else has. I do know about the affidavit. I do know you have a guy working for you named Calvin who's bald and fat and does the DoorDash hacking bullshit, and Sanjay helps him. I do know about Lucius. I do know Mike Neely was drugged before anybody. I said it before anybody else did. He just took my police report about car vandalism. Here we go with the car. It's always about taking my car, right? Did you tell Mike this? It's not legal, but I'm going to have our car towed and sold before she figures that out. We got Calvin talking about getting list price for my car. The manifold's bad. I can't get list price for her car. The manifold's bad. I don't know what a manifold is. I had to Google it. Never heard of that. I'm not a mechanic. I can check my oil. That's about it. So, when you're caught, when I'm quoting you, you really think whether or not I say use allegedly, the way you think I should, is the top of the list of things you need to worry about? I don't know. You guys are stupid. So you had a guy that said they had 6 years in a strip club to get information out of her, get her to slip up or something. The only way you get people to slip up is if their guard's down. They're comfortable. There's some trust there. They're having a good time. They forget what they're supposed to be doing, and they slip up. They had 6 years to get her in that position, and they went at her and went at her and went at her and went at her, and she gets more clammed up and more clammed up and more guarded and more guarded, and they got nothing for 6 years. But look what she got. She got these texts from David admitting to giving her arsenic poisoning. She's got texts from Mickey James saying it might be worth the risk of killing you. It might be worth the risk of killing you. To have the speculation we saw with Gary Condit and Chandra Levy, there's not going to be any charges against Charles in Oklahoma. I signed an NDA. I've been watching behind the scenes. And then to get text from a guy named Terry Wagner wanting to come into a strip club first he won't come into the strip club because he's distraught over a sick wife. But on the night she dies, he can't wait to come in. And then she's able to get, the stuff about Mike Neely was drugged before anybody else said it. He wasn't treated for a bump on the head. He was treated for being overdosed with opioids. And I said it in March 2020. They didn't depose first responders until May. If I know that, do you really think whether or not I say use allegedly is your top worry, Calvin? You can take my chunk change. Make it where she can't eat. Make her take a bus pass, but not to New Mexico. These are the people, guys, I'm quoting them, when they sit around and think they can plan out my life. We're like, wow, my guys are starting to get yelled at. Hurry up and arrest them. Hurry the fuck up and arrest them. They're getting a lot of pressure to hurry up. You guys are horrifying people. So the guy says, then she goes back, and he had another 5 weeks, and they did the same thing. Bullied and went at her and went at her and went at her. She won't open up to anybody. She's not gonna open up, slip up, nothing when they do that to her. That's not how you get people relaxed and comfortable and the guards down and they make an accident. They don't even give her the chance to. And then they run around and go, we got to find these guys. We're going to make phone calls. Call everybody and find out who it is. We think that is hysterical that you do that. 6 years in a strip club, not one slip up. Even I told David before my false arrest. I'm sitting on his lap and I looked at him and I go, I'm going to tell you something. I'm very good at what I do and I'm very smart. At least make this a challenge, David. And he looked at me like, I don't even know what those words mean. I don't think he did. So, and then after that, I even said, I'm not trying to help you here. I'm just bored. Yet you have the same 2-3 guys come in with a lot of money, and you make everything be relaxed, and don't say anything weird, and don't say anything threatening, and don't ask me any personal questions. And then things just come out on their own. And then I'm thinking, I'm not going to slip up. I know how good I am at what I do. But let's see if they at least try it. Didn't even try. It's so easy, it's not fair. It's so fucking easy. So now the governor's all worried that the tribals are helping us. Guess what that means for you tribals? You already got lots of leverage over the governor. Now here's one more thing. They think y'all are helping us. We don't talk about who's in the need to know, yes or no. We don't say it. The only people we've flat out said no is TPD. TPD is not helping us at all. They've never helped. They don't even do they can't even process, evidence properly. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, we're distancing ourselves from them like a motherfucker, because we work with people who are really good at what they do, and they're elite. So when you got some guys that get a police report and hand it to the offender and don't know how to properly collect evidence, and tell people we don't take evidence here and bullshit like that. We want to distance ourselves from that completely, for sure. Publicly, we're distancing ourselves from you. We don't want anything to do with you. Guys that can get me this stuff like this don't want anything to do with that. Not at all. Right? The guy that pulls me over, one of them, there's a bunch of them. And I said, how many guys have pulled me over? I mean, you're like the 20th guy. I mean, do you have a list? I do, but I can't give it to you right now. I'm busy. Oh, sitting on the side of the road watching cars go by, you're busy, officer? Why don't you come spend some work with me? Spend 6 months in your car and eat twice a week and take a bath twice a week. And tell me how rough you've got it sitting on the side of the road watching cars go by like you do. You must be exhausted, sir. Do you think we want to hook up with that? Why don't you go talk to one of these girls they traffic that has to suck dicks all day? Some big fat sweaty guy? So that Charles Perry and David Robertson can make millions to pay out for a cover-up they didn't get? Why don't you go talk to her and Mike Neely? And then talk to me about how rough your job is, busy, sitting on the side of the road watching cars drive by like you've had to do. I don't know how you handle it, honestly. So we distance ourselves from them. Anybody and everybody else, we're not going to say yes, no, maybe, nothing. It's a need to know for a reason. You don't get to know. You don't get to know. You have talked to them face to face. So have you, Calvin. So have you, Lucius. You just didn't know that's who you were talking to. We can do a sting on, and you won't know that's what you won't. I'll do it. I can do it. Everybody's heard me do it. I can do it. The guys can do it even better than I can, and you will not know what just happened. You won't know. Kind of like the officer that was like, I can't wait to give you a ticket tonight. Really? This is part of domestic violence. I hope you need to really understand that. Yes, and I'm not traffic. I'm a patrol officer, so I can take any kind of report. So if a guy's harassing me tonight, you can take that report. Yeah. Tell me again what your duties are as compared to just traffic. I made him say it twice. I did that for a reason. We already knew what they were going to do, right? We already knew. I've got a whole album on pullovers, Mr. Perry. You recorded talking about having me pulled over. Now the tribals have a hell of a lot more leverage over Governor Stitt, just so you know. Okay? Because he thinks they're helping us. That's not it. The pullovers. Here we are. Look at that. Get her driver's license. Pull her over. Get her computer. Get her purse. Get her steal something that doesn't belong to me. Over and over and over. Y'all have the same conversations. We get them every time. Now we got like a bazillion of the same one. Right? Well, now he's going to block it. Look at that. Look at the dates on that. These go way back. Pull her over, pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. I didn't go to my storage unit, Richard. Were you mad about that? I didn't even know where it was. And then now Charles has it. Look at this. January 2022. I've got a bunch of them about Mays County and Rogers County pulling me over. That y'all called them or you were talking about calling them. April 2022. A year ago. Pull her over, pull her over, pull her over. Look at all that. Tons of them. Tons and tons of these pull her over bullshit. Lucky Miller. He wanted us to pull her over and get information on our car and give it to him. I've got shit to do. I don't have time, he said. They said that they wanted to get her on harassment. Well, we could figure out pretty quickly they were the ones harassing her. What are they doing up here all the time? Yeah, that's the talk of the week. Why is Charles in Oklahoma all the time? And why is she not with her family? Why is he keeping her from her family? Where's his family while he's doing that? Yep. Why is that, Charles? Answer the question for the judge. Don't you play these for Judge Parker? Judge Egan, maybe? You got something in Judge Egan's court right now? Play this for her and for Judge Parker. Don't conceal material facts from the deciding body, Mr. Perry. That's perjury. If you have a duty to disclose it and you intentionally conceal it, and it could change the outcome, you're fucked, bitch. 5 years to life per count. I'm sorry, 5 years minimum per count. Don't you have an attorney? I have a prosecutor that helps me sometimes. Not on my civil stuff, but you know what he said? He goes, all these stuff they did in the civil court, there's a lot of stuff in each one we can charge them with. They go to jail. They get charged with it. It's in their criminal case. And then when this is all over, whatever you don't get in restitution, one big fat ass big motherfucking lawsuit for everything they did in all these civil cases that was illegal. Write it down. I've said it once before. I'm not going to say it again. You can wait until it happens. Okay? This right here, nobody else has. Lucius. They trafficked her. They trafficked her. It's not about a romance, family. There's never been a romance. It's always been about trafficking. He told you it's about a romance to get you to support what he is trying to do. He lied. He's a con artist. That's what they do. There's never been a romance. Mr. Perry is in the business of human trafficking and sexual exploitation. The witness describes it all here. Read it. Read that. That's page 2. Read that. That's page 3. Okay? If he threatened you, I've tried to get out in front of that and say something. If I hear him talking about it, whether or not y'all know about it yet, I don't know. What I know is he's been recorded talking about it, so I say something about it. He's going to call the EPA because he thought y'all were leaking, because he sat y'all all down in a room and said, here's what I'm going to do to her. And it's horrible, but you're going to help anyway. You're going to help anyway. Right, Houston guy? Realtor, bitch, can't get a date the normal way. You're that pathetic. So, most victims don't know they've been trafficked before they've been trafficked, but I do. Right? You want my family to help you do that. And help coerce. And I know about the affidavit I wasn't supposed to know about. And I know about the Huntington's disease I wasn't supposed to know about. You're cuckoo bird. It doesn't get any more cuckoo bird than you. You need to be in a nursing home and you need to be sedated. Or a mental hospital. Badly. Way past that. Good time for that. Now, Calvin, David, y'all aren't much different. When you do the crime to me, everybody's like, this usually works on these women. Because I'm not the first one they've done this to, and I won't be the last until these guys arrest them. Okay, so this right here, the guy says, this usually works. Somebody said, you're not listening. It's different when you do it to her. It's the same every time you do it. You get caught. You get caught before you do it. She already knows. None of this shit you guys plan works because she knows ahead of time, so she knows how to dodge your bullet. Stupid. Well, I mean, IQ of ice, at least, maybe, barely. Right? So easy it's not fair. It's been this way every day since the McNamara email. We've said it over and 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 over. And it just doesn't click for you, does it? When you contact, my guy said in March 2020, after we found out you guys drugged Mike and he didn't kill Chief Miller, he was a victim of attempted murder. He wasn't treated for being knocked out in a drunken brawl. He was treated for being drugged with Narcan. I said it in March 2020. That did not come out until like June or July. The depositions were taken in May. I've shown that over and over and over. He has not a mark on him. You can't beat somebody's head back and forth so hard. It's like they were in a car crash, the medical examiner said, and their head becomes detached from their body and they die of internal decapitation and have not a mark on you. Mr. Perry, you were told in March 2020 when you started threatening and bribing then, and my guy said no. None of the above. She said no. She said no. I'm the one that got her that information. Stupid. Her privacy is not to be invaded anymore. You don't contact her or her family ever again. None of them. Not in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. Stay away from them. All of them. She's not to be broke anymore. You give back what you took from her. You fix what you broke. And you get the fuck out of her life. or I'm going to do it for you. That's your only choice. You can do it, or they're going to do it for you the same way they told me all this. Okay? And that you have Huntington's disease. You're officially diagnosed cuckoo bird nutbag. Not all there. What about you, Calvin? Same way they got this from you to me. Same way they got this from you to me. Same way they got this from you to me. Same way they got this from you to me. Same way they got this from you to me. Okay? The affidavit, same way I found out about the affidavit, they'll do it for you. Period. That's what's going to happen. That's just what they're going to do. He said, give her money back. Get the club full of paying customers because you ran everybody off who are not grabby and who are not weird. Get Fabian and Tristan up here so they can talk and you butt the fuck out. Where I live does not concern you, Calvin. I don't know how many different ways I need to say that. It doesn't concern you. It's not your business. Go work or something. Go be normal. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Do you not know what that means either? Charles has Huntington's disease. What's your excuse? And get Mike home, and you get the fuck out of her life, and never bother anybody again. So look how much more we got since you didn't understand what those words mean. We got Calvin's name, Lucius's name, Geppetto, Blankenship, Desiree, Sonjay. We got all those names after March 2020, didn't we? You happy? How much money did you pay for us to get that? Yeah, it's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Okay, so in these right here, what I showed earlier is that in Oklahoma, if you've got somebody threatening you with death and false arrest, you need to get a protective order. In order to get a protective order, you have to file a police report, right? TPD? Yeah, and you don't give it to the offender. You investigate it. You properly collect evidence. But that's not what they did. They gave it to Charles, okay, who then has me false arrested for in Lubbock, not Oklahoma. I've lived in Oklahoma now 9 years. When this happened, it was like a year and a half. I was renting a house. My son was enrolled in school, and I was working in Oklahoma. Domicile for sure, no question. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm a citizen of Oklahoma. You knew that because there was this. I tried to get a protective order. It was denied because I didn't bring the fucking police report with me. Okay, so this is filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job as a senator. And our shrink goes, Then he's unable to identify his legislative duties. He can't do it. Because your legislative duties didn't involve threatening me with death and false arrest, did it? Or giving me arsenic. That's not what you do to pass a law in Texas, is it? Not one the judge asked for. No evidence at all. There's no tweets. There's no Facebook messages. There's no emails. There's no texts about any kind of political issue or any of Mr. Perry's legislative duties that pissed me off. I helped him get elected. There's a lot about that. There's a lot about his stalking, but nothing that says, gosh, I don't like your position on XYZ issue, and now I'm mad at you. Nothing like that. And if I'm mad, you're going to hear about it just like right now. TPD knows I don't respect them. They know that. I just said it. I don't have any problem saying it at all. When I was standing right in front of the desk sergeant or whoever it was, desk clerk or whatever it was, and I'm telling her I had a car accident, it's related to stalking and maybe witness tampering in the murder trial of a cop. And she said, we don't take evidence here. That's not what we do here. We don't do things like that here. I was like, my attorney said, you take my evidence. And she said, tell your attorney I said we don't do that here. I looked at her in the eyeball and I took my papers and I shoved them under the glass and I said, today it is. And I turned around and walked out. Wasn't one bit afraid. Not 1 ounce afraid. Okay? TPD is not helping us. We'd like very much to distance ourselves from them. They aren't how we do things here, sir. Remember, I'm the one that caught what you did to Lucky and Mike. I caught that. We caught that. We found out he was drugged, not them. Maybe they knew from you. We found out from some other law enforcement, is all I'm going to say. Okay? You killed the cop. And you framed the other one when he didn't die. Same as you did to me. We both get poisoned. We both end up in jail with a fraud and a perjury that is on the docket that led to the false imprisonment. to intimidate us. Right? Intimidating a witness. Now, what is it you think you're getting away with, Charles? Huh? You're just not all there. You live on some other planet. Because we're looking at it going, yeah, I don't think, if I'm quoting them, and I know they talked about taking my car all fucking day, and what are they going to do if I rent one and give her a bus pass, but don't let her go to New Mexico? Charles has Huntington's disease. If I know that, and she can't just say he was allegedly, that's the least of your worries, believe me. If I know all that, Calvin, and your name, and that you're bald and fat, I mean, do you really, you tell me, what are you getting away with? I don't even know. We don't know. We don't know what you think you're getting away with. What is it, Lucius, that you think you're getting away with? Usually this works. Yeah, how many times does she have to say it's different when you do it to me, and it's the same every time you do it? How many times does she have to repeat herself? You know, I'm used to people who are smart, and you say it once. I don't know what to do with people that you have to say it over and over and over, and it just never clicks. It just goes right over their head, and that never clicks for them. You want to run the state of... Don't you want to be governor? Motherfucker, you can't tie your shoe by yourself. Okay, so this judge should have said, okay, when was the evidence properly collected? When was it investigated? Where's all that? And where's the evidence that there was she filed a police report over political reasons? Where's the evidence of that? And you have to have probable cause to take someone's freedom, rob them of their liberty. It's a Fourth Amendment thing. Have you heard of it? Constitution, Bill of Rights, you heard of it? Which reporters hear the same recordings? I hear a lot of them. And then when they talk to y'all and you deny, they're going, haha, yeah, okay, sure. Wow, just fucking bold-faced lied. I just heard him. I heard him say everything he just denied saying. I heard it. Which ones? 3 of them are not in the United States of America, Mr. Perry, that are in the need to know. 3 of them. Which 3? Nobody will help you with that. Everybody wants you to fuck off. What are you doing in Oklahoma? Where's your family while you're in Oklahoma? This is when Detective Egan calls me on the 15th. I was arrested on the 29th. I just showed you the thing. So by physical force, they prevented and delayed me from reporting the crime they committed against me of attempted murder. Assault with a deadly. There was a guy when I first got back, when I'm starting to talk about this, and he was going, assault with a deadly, assault with a deadly, assault with a... Who was that? I love you, whoever you are. They don't tell me who I'm listening to. But I was typing something to my attorney, and I heard him, assault with a deadly, assault with... Like, he was trying to help me along. Because I'm like, this is blah, blah, blah. And he was yelling that, and I'm like... So I typed it in. Thank you. Yep. People do not like you, Charles. They don't like you. They don't like it. If you knew how hated you are and how sick of y'all everybody is, you would not show your faces again. I don't know how many different ways I can say the same fucking thing. So there's that. Then they dismissed it. But they did bond conditions because they said, will you lie? And I was like, no, I'm not going to lie. I'll stay quiet if it means Charles will never contact me ever, ever again. So the bond conditions actually says he can't contact me. You ever see that in somebody's bond conditions? That's what, like you said, these are not bond conditions. I've seen bond conditions. That's not what these are. This is a cover-up negotiation is what this is. Yeah. So then I sued for breach of contract in Egan's court. Egan never even has a hearing. She just throws the whole thing out. Who called her and told her to do that? Yeah, it was on res judicata. Res judicata requires a trial. Judge Egan. You got to have a trial and a jury verdict that is not in my favor, and I just tried to do it again somewhere else. That's not what happened. No, there's never been anything. I'm not even in the hearings. They do an ex parte and get it thrown out. There's nothing. This was a contract. This is my assertion was this is a contract, and Mr. Perry breached it. And I'm entitled to some compensation for my injury. In fact, today he's trying to take my car again. He's wrecked it 4 times. They threw a brick at me on the freeway. What if that was my face that it hit? If I had gone out if I hadn't seen your guy sitting at the end of the road, I would have gone out the quicker way, and I would have been my head instead of the freeway, the asphalt that it hit. It hit the asphalt and bounced up and split my engine in 2. Yeah. So she didn't make a decision to say, yes, this is a contract, and yes, it's binding to Charles Perry. And we needed that decision to be made, and nobody made it. Still not made to this day. right? Mr. Mr. Powell's running around. How can I serve her? With what, Mr. Powell? What are you serving me with? Is there perjury in it? Because if it's perjury in it, then I suggest you rethink that. And you want me to go back to work, and Mr. Perry, David, Charles, and Calvin are all trying to make sure I don't go back to work. They want me to not have an address for you to serve me. So why is that, Matt? Think about that. Why is it that David and Charles and Calvin are all on a different page than you? They don't want me served. Why is that? Maybe you need to really think that through before you make such a big deal of, oh, we got to serve her with what? All the civil cases will be dealt with in your criminal case. And then there'll be one big massive ass motherfucker hell of a lawsuit against you for all of that you did to me in civil court. And every single time you did it. Please note that for the record. I'm telling you now. Okay? We say it, then we show you. You're going to jail. Our guys are getting pressure to hurry the fuck up. Because everybody's getting more and more and more fatigued and sick of you. And if you knew how sick of you they were, you wouldn't show your face again. Do not contact me again. I fucking hate it. The more you contact me, the more we get. Do you like that? Does Matt like that? Does David like that? Does Calvin like that? You take a penny of my money, Calvin. We get more. Do you like that, Calvin? I know you're bald and fat. Who told me that? That's what you're paying for. You're paying for me to quote you every day, all day long. That's what your money's going for. You chase that lie, more truth comes out. So this judge didn't have probable cause, did he? Where's the evidence of a political vendetta? Where's the evidence that the police report was false? Yep. She didn't even call me, and she says, I need the evidence right here. Funny, her name is Detective Egan. Is she related to Judge Egan? February 15th, by physical force, prevented and delayed the reporting of a crime. RICO violation. Title 18 of the United States Code, 1512, 1513. You have fucked up every day. Don't you again tell anybody that you're my destiny. If you get near me, your balls will end up in your brain. Your teeth will end up in Mark's mouth. Charles, do not contact me again, poking peeping pink panty. Don't contact me again. Do not contact me the fuck again. I don't care what you think. I moved twice, Charles, and tried 11 times to get a judge to make you leave me alone so that I don't have to hear what you think. Nobody understands why you think I want to hear what you think. Everybody wishes you would shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Remember, I'm the one getting the intel, not you. I'm quoting you, not the other way around. You can't name even one of my guys. I'm naming your people. All that came after March 2020, when you didn't understand the words. You give back what you took, motherfucker. Fuck you with your threats and your bribes. Give back everything you stole from her. You fix what you broke, and you get the fuck out of here. Get away from her. And you didn't get it, so now we got names, Lucius. I didn't know who you were before. When you guys got me kicked out of the motel. Hotel Lynn. Sky Motel. That's when I got Lucius's name. You bought us that. Your money bought me Lucius's name. Your money bought Calvin's name. Who's Monique and where is she right now? Huh? Alright, so I've been over that before. The tribal police scared the fuck out of Governor Stint because he thought that they were helping me. They did help me. They told me, this is the guy. This guy is not a cop. I haven't seen him since, thank God. He was following me all over Tulsa. DoorDash pickups and drop-offs, or I'd stop at Quick Trip in between drop-offs and pickups to, get something to drink or something. And here he'd come, trolling through that parking lot. Trolling through that like a little stalker that, for you, a little proxy stalker. And with police on the back of his car. He's not a cop. He shouldn't be driving around with that. I tell the guy, I said, you see this where it says police? And he goes, yeah. It looks like a retired cop car, and he just didn't paint that over that well enough. And I said, I agree. However, I'm not sure. I'm still having to ask you, is this a cop or not? So what about other citizens? I mean, what is this guy doing? He goes, I don't know. Correct. We don't know. Maybe you should go see him and clarify, what is it you're doing? I don't know. I don't know if he did or not, but he hasn't bothered me again. Now the Indians have more leverage over Governor Stint because he thinks the intel's coming in from tribal cops. So we're not going to deny or confirm one way or the other. We'll let the tribal cops take care of that. Okay, so this is Michael Neely. Point out for me the marks on him that look like he was in a fight. Where's the rest of that? Oh my God! See, March 2020. He was needed a full pox stamp panel because he was drugged. He didn't get one in time. Not a mark on him. There's the arrest report. Again, no probable cause to believe he committed a murder by beat to death. Not a mark on him. Red swollen right hand. But he had a needle in the right hand. See? An IV needle, which would make it red and swollen. His hands are not going to look like that if he hit somebody so hard back and forth that his head came off his body like he was in a car crash. That's my son. He got hit 3 times. And everybody walked away home. Nobody died in that fight. His mic doesn't even look that bad. So explain that, Charles, to Judge Egan or Judge Parker or whoever it is you're in front of line every day. You're not my destiny. Don't you ever fucking say that again. You're nothing to me. You're a job, and nobody's done more to reach the goal of putting you in jail than me. You forget who it is you're talking to and about. And you're caught. This usually works on these girls. Yeah, dumb fuck. But it's different when you do it to her. How many different ways can she say that for you to get it? And it's the same every time you do it. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Cause and effect. It's different than your other victims, but it's the same every time you do it. We get it before, not after. You guys need to go back to kindergarten. It's cause and effect, same, different, before and after. We all learned that in daycare. Charles, you need to be in a nursing home, dude. Alright, he's trying to use my family to say his words. How many times have you told my family, go talk her into being trafficked? How many times have you told them to do that for you? And it never works out. We catch it before, right? I'm not going to listen to what they say, because it's your words. I know their words. I know there's no way they would do that. There was no way they would hurt me like that if you didn't threaten them. There's no way. I know my family. They're good people. They would not do that unless you made them feel threatened. So, it's not just witness tampering of me. It's them too. They're victims too. And so all that money you've been paying for a cover-up bought us intel. It bought us the truth. You need to look at your results. You're not able to tell. You can't even do fact and fiction, can you? Not anymore. You're that mentally, your mind's all whatever degenerative disease, Huntington's. This is the disclaimer, Mark. I promise you, God is my witness, the last thing you need to be worried about right now is how I use allegedly, if it's up to your satisfaction. Nobody cares, Mark. You know what people care about? Is your clients are doing a lot of damage in other people's lives, and everybody hates them for it. And they're getting told on and caught and told on and caught. Charles, you are creepy as fuck. You are the creepiest fuck I've ever met in my life. Why can you not control yourself? Why can you not just go be normal? This right here talks about the use of technology, how they use things like DoorDash apps or something to stalk somebody. And this right here, Tulsa police, that's what you're supposed to do with victims of stalking. What they say right here, okay? I've shown it to you before. Re-watch it until it's like part of breathing. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. All right. This is the 17th of May, 2023. We have to do this all again. Mr. Perry got caught again going out my car. Whines. You got to hear him whine. Please take her car away, then she'll lie for me. Please take her car away, then she'll lie for me. It makes you want to hit him. It's pathetic. And you're caught. Again.